Thanks for your time. Time for Fashion Watch. The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Please start talking to us. Use the hashtag Fashion Watch or use the SMS number 22422 and send us your style-related question. Our Fashion Watch panel in the house every Saturday. Annabelle Onyango, she's our resident panelist here on Fashion Watch. She's a celebrity fashion stylist and she'll be looking at what's been happening this week. Also with us is motivational speaker and image consultant Robert Burale. He'll be critiquing this week's trends. Also with us in studio tonight, Carol Odero, award-winning fashion journalist, looking at this week's fashion trends. And please continue voting for her. She's one in... Oh, it's over.
It's over.
How did it go?
Sarah Hassan won.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Well, we both know who's the queen.
Thank you.
So, and also with us is Ian Mbogwa, and he is a thespian and a celebrity judge on Tusker Project fame. So, by the way, happy Jamhuri Day, wherever you are, wherever you celebrated it. Today, a lot of dignitaries, cabinet secretaries, PSs were at the Nyayo National Stadium. Let's take a look at who was there and what they wore. This is President Uhuru Kenyatta, his First Lady, Margaret Kenyatta, and visiting Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I don't know why I get the impression that we have seen the First Lady in this outfit before on this show. Carol, am I right?
Actually, that's what I thought when I first looked at it. Like, there's something so familiar about this outfit. I just can't put my finger on it, but I know I've seen it before. You know, and it must have been on her, but yes, it definitely
Robert, have we seen this on her before?
I think I've seen it on social media. Is it during the week? But not on the show.
Perhaps it's so familiar.
It did quite a few rounds on social media. I don't think it was on the show before, but social media did.
Okay, but the fact that we're actually debating on whether or not this is familiar means we've seen it somewhere. So, Annabelle, let's talk about personalities and the rule that you should never ever repeat an outfit. If you're a public personality, I mean, whoever you are really, you should not be seen in something twice. Is that an unfair statement?
No, I think it's correct. We don't repeat anything here on Fashion Watch ever. Our outfits are always fresh. But listen, even if she's worn this or not, I think the reason why it looks familiar to us is because she keeps wearing that same old silhouette. It's that same old boo-boo, that same old head wrap, and so it's just like everyone looks like the last one. I feel like she just needs to refresh her style. For a minute there, she was doing so well, and she seemed like the stylist that she was working with was really going overtime, giving her really editorial looks, and she was really giving, you know, the other first ladies a run for their money, but we're back to sort of same old, same old.
Ian, since I know you don't want to talk about this, clearly from your...
The president looks very nice. Yes.
Yes, and let's talk about the Liberian president, Carol, what she has on. What do you think about this look? This is not something that we've seen previously on our First Lady or even on the Deputy President's wife. So this is a totally different look here. Let's critique it.
Well, this is a very West African look. You know, the skirt and the... as well as the head wrap. It's very much a West African thing, and in fact it's very much her style. It's very much her trademark, and she normally does this every other time you see her. This is what she will wear. My problem with this actually is that I felt that she was too understated, because she's one of the most powerful women in the world. She's the first female African president ever, and she's a Nobel Prize winner. So when it comes to dressing up, she should not worry about overshadowing all the women there, because as a president, you trump the First Lady. So it's not about dressing up to show her up. I feel like she could have done more. I've seen her with gold, with emerald, embroidered fabric, something that looks very regal. And I felt that this was too understated for a ceremony like this.
Like her bodyguard.
Her bodyguard.
The lady.
Yeah, the top.
Oh, yeah.
No, what I understand what Carol is saying and everybody else, but I actually appreciate the fact that she did not go over the board, because you don't want to go to a place and try to upstage your host.
Even if you're a president?
It is not upstaging.
Yes,
it is not upstaging here. This is a little too understated for a state event.
I mean, she's motherly. I think she's okay.
Annabelle, is this presidential enough for you? Do you think it's understated?
I mean, I do think it's presidential, but I think it's matronly. And I think ages her, actually. I feel like being covered so heavily in this burgundy color, layers of fabric, everything is sort of fabric head to toe. It's very heavy on her.
Sure, but she always dresses like this.
Yes, she does, but she has
got
also
her signature smile as well.
Yeah, a smile would go a long way.
And not forgetting that it's been extremely hot in Nairobi lately.
Yes.
That looks pretty heavy. So let's move on. But what's your take? The hashtag is is fashion watch. 22422. Okay, we've seen this. So let's move this along and talk about something else. There again, the president and his first lady. Let's talk about who else was there. Okay, so this is William Ruto, the deputy president, and his wife. Okay, so we're getting used to, I think, her look. I mean, I think she has this signature look. Carol, what do you think about her look? Is it time that she dares to be different? Is this look starting to tire you?
Well, not as much as the whole moon thing that the first lady is doing, honestly speaking, because I haven't seen her being versatile recently. She tends to do a lot of skirt suits, especially for state events, and it does make her stand out. In this case, I particularly love this one. I love the color, I love the scalloping of the neckline, I love the fit. Everything about this suit is absolutely beautiful, and I think it's perfect for this occasion. Surprisingly, I did not expect to like it for the the 52nd birthday of the country, but I think she looks great. I actually prefer her look to what everybody else was wearing.
Yeah. And Annabelle, this is the 52nd birthday of the nation, as Carol is saying. Do we play too safe as Kenyans with what we wear? And then again, this look on her, is this what you would have preferred, say, and I know I keep asking this, the first lady to wear, because this sort of looks ceremonial. It's got a bit of, I don't know, glitter or shine on it. What do you think?
Mrs. Ruto, the skirt suit is her thing. That's what she does time and time again. She manages to reinvent it a little bit every time. She's good at it. Stick with what you're good at. The only thing I would say, Mrs. Ruto, is, I mean, just a little bit of lipstick wouldn't hurt. Do you know what I mean? Just a little bit of something, a little blush, just to like bring out your complexion and just, give us a full picture. I feel like a little makeup wouldn't go awry for these women. I mean, it just adds a little bit of glamour, and every woman needs a little bit of glamour.
Yeah, and if you don't know how to get it right, there's professionals. I'm sure she can afford a makeup artist.
She can, but I also appreciate if she's comfortable without makeup, so be it. I don't think she looks bad without makeup.
You don't think she looks bad?
She doesn't look bad at all.
I don't think she looks bad either, but I think, especially when you're talking about close-up shots, just a little bit. You don't have to sort of layer on the makeup, but just a little bit of lipstick, some rouge, goes a long way, and just giving you that sort of feminine touch.
Okay.
But the dressing is impeccable. It's very good.
Yeah, she looks great.
This is an example of a couple that doesn't dress the same, but actually complement each other.
So Annabelle says a little bit of makeup wouldn't hurt. What do you think? Use the hashtag fashion watch. Okay. And what else was happening? Okay. This is Joseph Nkaiseri. And he was also there. So his spouse there chose to go with the traditional Maasai regalia. And yeah, okay, so Ian, we need to get your thoughts on this. Is this too traditional? You know how we say, yeah, let's observe culture, let's celebrate our culture. Is this way too much for Jamhuri Day?
I don't think it is. I think she wanted to stand out, and she wanted to show that the traditional can look smart as well.
Does this work for you, Carol?
Surprisingly, yes. I mean, when I look at this, I cannot imagine him in a Maasai shuka and a cap. That would be completely out of place for him. And then because of what she's already wearing, I can't picture her in anything more modern than this. So it seems to work for some reason, because we know who he is. We just figure out that's the wife. So it seems to fit in a very kind of peculiar way.
Yeah.
Robert?
I think it's okay. I wouldn't say much about it. I just wish it was
scared of
a better traditional.
No, it's unacceptable for you to say it is okay. What is okay?
No, it's okay. I mean, I didn't expect the CS to dress in traditional regalia. Of course, I don't think it would have been acceptable even with his boss. But I would have wished the lady to wear, yes, traditional, but something much better.
Okay, that's better than that. I think it's okay. Annabelle, what do you think about this? I mean, just how she's done the Maasai thing, and you know, the shoes and just everything that she has going on there.
I love it. I love it. I mean, it's our national day. It's a day to celebrate sort of what our national identity and trust sort of the Maasais to always bring it in terms of showing us their cultural heritage that they're clearly proud of. And you know, Maasai regalia is always impressive. The only thing I would say is I wish she'd worn, you know, a more delicate shoe. I feel like her black shoe is a little too clunky for that outfit and doesn't quite match sort of the traditional. But otherwise, I think it's nice to show your culture.
Okay. What do you think? Use the hashtag FashionWatch. Okay, so once again on the show, Mike Sonko, Nairobi Senator. And we know him for his, you know, bright colored suits, his colored hair. And recently, he seems to have toned down, you know, even coming from the Pope's visit during the Mass, what he wore then, during his late father's funeral. I mean, you know, he seems to have toned down, you know, that eccentric look. I don't know. But then again, a lot of people feel like that he is an attention seeker and that his clothes are just too loud for the position that he holds. Carol, what do you think of this? Is it red, fuchsia? What color is this suit?
I think it's red. Well, he is who he is. He's not going to tone down. He's not going to change the look. Ideally speaking, I would not advise men to go out and buy a suit like this. It's something that you wear if you already have a lot of dark-colored or functional suits in your closet, so that you can go out on a limb and get something like this, because it's so noticeable. You can't wear it frequently. And if you're going to wear a suit like this, for him, I feel like the fit is a bit off. The fit is bigger. If he had gotten something that was fitted exactly according to his body, then it would have been, it would have looked actually quite elegant. Here it looks a bit more, you know, thuggish, to be honest. And you don't necessarily have to match your tie with the little pocket square. They don't really have to match. It's not a rule. It's generally people do it, but you can mix it up and try something more interesting.
And Robert, image-wise, people who like, you know, loud colors, and what does that communicate about this character? What do you think?
No, I think he actually looks absolutely fantastic. And we say it is loud because most Kenyan men play it safe. So anything close to this, you appear to be larger than life. I think in other countries it would have been okay. For me, it speaks to me of a man who is just comfortable in his own thing. When you play too safe and wear black because everyone's in black or grey, it shows you're not very confident within yourself.
So in his mandate as Nairobi Senator, you would take him seriously if he addressed issues wearing that suit?
Why I would take him seriously is because when he says something, he's done it. He does it. So when you know you have that kind of reputation of being a doer, then people can almost go beyond your attire. But this attire, all I would have told him is just remove the hat and tell your assistant to carry the 17 phones. But the suit is very good, and I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Annabelle, the loudest suit, what do you think about this? I mean, this is how we know him to dress, actually, so it's not really something that's new to us. But what do you think about this look?
Yeah, I mean, it's him. You know, you can't beat it out of this man. This is just how he's eccentric. He likes bright colors. He likes attention. But I would echo what Carol said about fit. I think if you're going to wear a bold color, really, you really have to sort of go the extra mile in terms of getting it fitted exactly to your body. And I would agree also to remove the hat. It's unnecessary.
And Ian, what are your thoughts?
I agree. It was either he wears red or green, and I'm glad he chose red. Lose what he's carrying and then just have it taken in a bit to fit him properly, and lose the hat.
And it could have been white too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you think? Use the hashtag FashionWatch. Who else was there? So this is Amina Mohammed, and behind her there is Rachel Omamo. Let's start with Amina. You know, just what she has on. She's got a pop of color there, yeah, you know, she has her hair down. So Carol, this look on Amina for you.
I love what Amina is wearing here. I mean, normally when she wears that, it looks like layers and she's swaddled, and this one looks like it's more streamlined. The colors are more complementary to her, and I absolutely love the handbag that she's carrying. I think it's absolutely brilliant. You know, it has this little quirky detailing in it, and I think if you're going to carry a handbag, that's what you should aim for instead of the typical handbag that you carry to the office.
Annabelle?
I agree. She looks fantastic. I mean, I think these politicians, female politicians and politicians' wives, they always err towards the boo-boo because it's a safe option. They feel like, oh, you know, I don't have to make so much effort. You just throw it on, it hides everything. But this, the way Mrs. Muhammad is wearing the boo-boo, that's a contemporary way. She's picked a non-traditional fabric. It's clean, it's streamlined, it's monochrome, and she looks modern and effortless.
Yeah. Robert?
I think she looks fantastic, but allow me to talk about Madam Rachel Omamo at the back. I think she's dressed her body extremely well. I just hope she would have gotten a smaller bag. It's a bit too big. But her dressing is good. She's played safe, looking fantastic, and dressed her body well. It's important when you dress your body very, very well, because if you don't dress it well, the outfit might be good, but the body, if you don't dress it well, it will look bad. So I think that's an example of how to dress your body.
Ian, talking about the boo-boo, which is what Rachel Omamo has on, like Annabelle said, do you think that you know, it's a lazier option for perhaps our personalities, and particularly politicians who really you know, don't want to be misunderstood because of the wrong length or because of the wrong fit? What do you think?
It is safe. It is very, very safe. You really can't go wrong with it unless it is really too big or too tight. And hers just fits right. Okay. And Najib Balala, still at the Nyayo National Stadium. Carol, I'm catching your impression, then I'm wondering what's going on with you. So is it the pose, is it the suit? What don't you like?
It's the hair.
Oh,
I miss the silver fox. Why does he
yes.
dye it? This looks so unnatural. I love it. Just go wash it off and just come back with all the nice silver. It makes you look younger and sexier and hotter. Trust me. I just no, I can't. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
I totally agree. I don't know why he dyes his hair.
Yeah, let's talk about you, Ian, who doesn't dye your hair. I mean, grey is supposed to be sexy, or at least
it is.
I mean, if you have to dye your hair, then it better look naturally black. Like, have it done right.
How often do you have to do it? Especially, like, he's really white. So that means he's got to do it, like, every week. That's a lot of work that he could spend doing, promoting our country. What happens when he goes out? Does he go with a hairdresser? Or does he go with Kanta and just, I don't know, just leave it natural.
You have grey as well.
I make grey look good. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I like my grey.
And the silver, actually.
Yes. Mr. Balala, let me just discuss his outfit. I just wish he had gone for a different color shoe. He should have gone for a black wet look shoe because of the suit he has and the tie and the shirt. Nothing comes out. So it's a dull look. Suit fits well, but the shoes should have been black. Of course, belt black. Because he has a dull shirt, the tie should also have been more pronounced.
So you think that our hair conversation is a petty conversation? I want to get your thoughts on that, because clearly that's what I mean. Even when you profiled him, I think in Drum or on True Love, that always stood out for him.
To be honest, that was his look.
Beautiful hair.
What people know Balala for was his salt and pepper look. And if he asked me, I would have actually wished he would have gone back for that look, because it makes him stand above his peers just because of that look. And Mr. Balala, please, you actually look better with your salt and pepper look.
Annabelle.
I agree. I agree. As someone who's naturally blonde myself, I encourage people to keep their natural hue of hair.
Yeah, and that has come up in a lot of conversations, even on social media, by the way. So, yeah, food for thought. No pun intended. And this is Phyllis Kandia, recently nominated on the docket of Labour, and she showed up dressed this way. So this is a bit different, actually, you know, away from the boo-boos and the loose fits. Annabelle, let's get your thoughts on what Madame here has on.
Yes, different is the key word you've used there, Lillian. This is different. This makes her stand out. This is something that was obviously made for her. The colors are appropriate, but she still looks like she made some kind of effort, you know, and she has a confidence about her, I think, that's really appealing. You look great, lady.
Yeah. Carol, for a lady her age and, you know, just daring to, you know, wear this fitted African print and, you know, the silhouette on this dress or gown, call it what you may, what do you think about this look?
No, I love this look. It's absolutely beautiful on her. I love the colors. I love her hair, in fact. Her hair is looking absolutely great. I love the cut. You know, it's very modern. She looks very youthful. And, you know, she's not trying to be, well, older. You know, a lot of women tend to try to be older, especially if you're in politics. For some reason, they associate looking older with having authority. She's not trying to do that. She's just doing what she does. It works for her. It actually is appropriate for a red carpet, daytime or evening look. Yeah.
Okay. Robert?
Best dressed so far.
My word.
Without a shadow of a
My
doubt.
word, exactly.
And you can tell from even her non-verbal communication, when someone is not confident with their dressing, they tend to bring their arms very close to their body. What she's trying to tell you is that, you know what, I don't care which side you take the photo, I know I look fantastic. And I think she looks absolutely fantastic.
Can't fault her on anything. She's the best dressed we've seen this evening.
So, best dressed, Phyllis Kandia, good job. You look amazing. Do we have anything else? Okay, so this is Naomi Shaban, Taveta MP. Again, different. And, you know, she's got this lace going on, and she's got a touch of pink there. Let's get your thoughts on this, Robert. What do you think? And a pink shoe, by the way. I just saw that, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
To be honest, I think she looks good. The combination is good. It's the contrast of the color looks good, to be honest. But if you want to do Auria Rogo Manduli, go all the way. Yeah. I just wish the hair, what do you call it? The Annabelle, help me.
Gele.
The gala, yeah.
The word gele.
Yeah.
I just wish it was more pronounced, to be honest. I mean,
But then again, there's people sitting behind her in the stadium and they wouldn't be able to see.
Auria Rogo doesn't care.
Annabelle, this too matchy-matchy, or is this just how this should be worn?
Yeah, it's too matchy-matchy. I mean, it's commendable to see her, you know, doing something different, being bold, trying out new colors, different color combinations. I like to see that. But then again, don't take the matching a little too seriously. She could have worn a different color shoe, I feel. But otherwise, you know, she looks like a regal woman.
Yeah, Carol.
Well, I'm a bit conflicted about this look. I mean, I've seen her look much better, to be honest. The shiny fabric can actually make you look bigger if you don't find a streamlined kind of tailoring for the dress. So it might detract from the look that you're going for. And I also find it too matchy-matchy. The whole pink and the pink, it's a little much. It's like, you know, there is usually this middle ground between not putting in enough effort and putting in too much effort. And I usually find that Kenyans put in too much effort, especially when you dress too formal. So you need to find a place where it's a little more playful so that you look like you're enjoying it, not like it's a labor.
Yeah.
I'd have changed the handbag and the shoes to darker colors to match.
Okay, to darker colors. Okay. And this being a national event again, Annabelle, well, okay, let's move away from that. we're the next image now. This is Monica Juma. And so we've seen a lot of, you know, flamboyance and people clearly taking time, you know, to go out and perhaps have, you know, their dresses tailored, or I don't know. But this seems a bit underdressed. Am I wrong, Robert? Is this okay? Is this what we're talking about when we talk about, you know, not being too, you know, elaborate and not being too in your face loud like we saw with the Nairobi senator?
Yeah, but I just hoped, with all due respect to Madame, that she'd have made a little bit more effort, because the look is like you'd have thought maybe she came straight from the office to the celebration. One of the most educated people we have. I just wish she had put in a better, more effort, because it just looks very Monday to Friday kind of wear. Not that you took your time to go for a national celebration chaired by the president himself.
Okay, and I will say something to you before we are done, Robert.
Oh my goodness.
So, Carol, what do you think? What do you think?
Well, I think that, as with a lot of state ceremonies, you start to get the hang of it. I think some of these people are still very new to it. And once you start getting a sense of it and the rhythm, and you start understanding that there's a way you expect it to look, and there is a certain image you're supposed to present, then you start meeting those requirements. So I think she's not there yet. And I hope she gets there. I mean, a lot of intellectuals tend to not really care about how they look, so they just think, you know, there is more to me than what I look like at this particular moment in time. So she could be one of those people who doesn't really bother much with fashion. But I still think it is important to put in an effort for opportunities like this, and because you don't know who you'll meet, because you don't know where the next rung in the ladder is. Yes.
Okay, Annabelle, so would it be too much to ask that the people who send out invitations to these events actually ask for a dress code? Because there are invitation cards. And so, you know, would it be too much to ask State House to just say, okay, black tie or African wear, or would that be inappropriate?
Not at all. I think it would
be a lot of different styles going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be completely appropriate for whoever is hosting to really help their guests figure out their wardrobe. Wardrobe is such a huge part of cultural identity, of state functions. This is a really underwhelming look. It's completely underwhelming. And you know, when you're in such auspicious company, you really need to sort of put your best foot forward. And speaking of best feet forward, I feel like her shoes are just the worst. I mean, why do these lady politicians wear these clunky black matronly grandma shoes?
They do
like,
a lot of walking.
Get a pedicure and wear a cute shoe. Is that, I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that you're brilliant, or you're, you know, a laureate, or that you're, you know, a head of state. Just wear a cute shoe.
but also, as opposed to just saying let them put on the card it's a black tie event, some people maybe don't just understand what a black tie event is. What the government needs to do is to invest some money, like I think some of the other countries, on people who can come and teach our leaders
they need to have
when you see black tie event, what it actually means. Because some people dress wrongly, and if you ask them, they believe in the bottom of their heart that this is black tie event. So lack of knowledge.
They need to employ stylists. Just employ a stylist or use a stylist and completely have faith in them. Because they know this function, you wear this. To this function, you wear this.
And they bring you options. A stylist will bring you a rack of clothes, so you're not stuck with whatever the stylist says. They'll give you options, and you'll have fittings, and if you don't like it, they'll try again. And it's a process, but then you get there eventually, and then you're not talked about negatively on this show.
And then if you feel like it's also too much, you can send invitation cards that actually have pictures. Like, this is the look we require you to wear, this is the way you can wear trousers, dresses, then you break it down. There is nothing wrong with that. You can send an email in advance before the event, and then you send the invite separately.
And here in Africa, I think we're so polite. In the West, you can't get away with being a public personality and showing up under dress. You'll be eaten alive by the media. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. That's all the time we had. But we have your tweets too before we wind up, so let's take a look at those. I feel like Rachel Ruto looks lovely without makeup. She's a perfect example of a naturally beautiful African woman. Barvanita, okay. I love the aspect that the First Lady is taking African fashion to the next level. Okay, so that Kendia looks stunning. Okay. And Carol, you're saying, I love how Ellen Johnson looked, and as well, I love your outfit, Lillian. Well done. Oh, thank you, Carol. Thanks, thank you. Thanks.
Was she comparing you to Ellen Johnson?
So, my dreams are valid. Anyway, so Robert, I wouldn't say anything today, but that's all the time we had. He seems to be a little bit under the weather today. I don't know what's going on with him. But thanks for watching. We'll do this again next week. Have a lovely evening.